Well, Ashwings, we have today a different hero that we're going to test into the CC meta. I'll go ahead and probably play about 3 games for this hero and post them all individually, so hopefully you get to enjoy these here. But today we're doing some Vynnset testing, but we're not testing with Cull just yet, simply because the card's not out yet and I don't want to work with it. But let's go ahead and take a quick look here at what I'm currently running for Vynnset, and then also kind of take a look at what could be changed out for Cull, if anything at all, when the card comes out. So we take a look over here at the deck, and it's pretty standard Vynnset stuff. Now, this is nearly the deck that I won on in my locals, except for the fact that I was running Sutcliffe Suede Hides instead of Spellbound Creepers, and I'm running Crown of Providence over Face Purgatory. But other than that, pretty much everything's the same. I also don't own a copy of Dyadic Carapace, so don't have that. But outside of that, I think this is pretty much what we're looking to do in the deck itself. The whole concept here is pretty straightforward and simple. If you'd like a more rundown version of Vynnset, just let me know in the comments down below, and I can make like an actual video talking about everything in detail. But effectively, what I do here is I am playing all of our Deathly Whales, because this is like a key card in the deck. I am playing Malefic Incantation reds in the main board, and then yellows if I'm going against a more aggressive deck. So that way I can just pump in more damage, since they're not going to want to pitch cards from hand to block Arcane. We're, of course, running our Eloquent Eulogies. We're running all of our widespread stuff, because we like that. We are main boarding Succumb to Temptation, because the card is good. We're also main boarding 3 Shadow Puppetry, 2 Mauve Skies, 1 Runeblood Incantation, and then Phantom Banshees over here, Phantom Wraiths, some Deathly Delights, Deadwood Dirge, and Beseech. So these are all just kind of things to kind of turn on the hero and make that happen. Our sideboard here, we have Envelop in Darkness, Revel in Runeblood, Malefic Incantations, and I believe Machinations of Dominion are all going in when we are going against an aggressive deck that does not like to block. We're going to go, or at least has a hard time blocking. We're doing that there into a more, and then we're also going to be running Dyadic over that. But then if we're going into a more fatigue style game plan, we'll be running Reduces, Haunting Renditions, the Sink Belows, and then also Oblivion, because we're going to be stacking up those Rune Chants and making that happen there. So that's the overall plan. Let's go ahead and let's hop into a game and see what we can get going in the competitive queue for Classic Constructed. Uzuri, I'm going to go first. So with Uzuri, we want to be a little bit more aggressive. I would say we need to be the aggressor in this situation, because we don't want them to be able to keep all their cards. And they're probably mainly running red. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to run these. We're going to run Machinations, and we're going to run these guys. Now, you would opt to think that these are better, but again, I want to be pretty red, or pretty like aggressive in this matchup, so I think we're going to go with that. So we are going to start by banishing a let's banish a Deathly Whale. All right, and then we'll go ahead and we'll just do Malefic Incantation, and then we will, we could theoretically just send this, get one on the back end for that, but see if we end up getting a thing here. So we'll swing our Eloquent Eulogy. Again, we'll see whether or not we have anything here. That's going to trigger. I'll get one on the back end. Coming for 4. Good breakpoint. Again, this is a situation where we're going to want to force a lot of damage here. Good thing to get a CNC out of the way there, so that's good. I'm assuming that's going to be a stealth card in their hand. And then we'll go ahead and we'll path. So we didn't get the Eloquent Eulogy, but that's fine. An E-Strike. E-Strike for 7, for 5 go again. That's pretty good, actually. What's our turn look like here? We have a Malefic, we have a Beseech. We can't play Deathly Whale. Can't play any of these. which is kind of feels bad. So I think in this situation we probably block. We can even probably block 5 here. I want to keep an Annihilation in hand. Because we could hardcast a Deathly Whale, right? Like let's just say we could hardcast a Deathly Whale if we truly wanted to. But even in this situation, we don't want to. So maybe it's just better to block here. Preserve some life. And then maybe look to banish that Widespread Annihilation in there. Infiltrate. Okay, we can only assume they're going to hit. If they do, it's fine. But it could be a bait, right? So it is a bait. Never mind. It was not a bait. They missed their attack reaction step. Okay, so it's a shakedown. So they're going to get rid of a blue. I'll banish a card of the chosen color. That's fine. Go ahead. Sweet. All right. So that's the end of our turn. We're going to take 2 blood debt, and we're going to just wait it out. It's kind of a rough start because we're at 31. They're at 40, and they just kind of get to deal damage here. In our situation, though, we're not in a bad spot. We could Shadow Puppetry into Deathly Whale. I mean, we could even Funeral Moon and play Shadow Puppetry into Widespread into this, but I don't know. We are going to have an additional action point here, too. I think it's just one of those turns where we're going to kind of wait it out and see. Fine with this. I'm probably not going to be blocking a whole lot. End of turn. Okay. That's fine. We'll go ahead and I guess I probably should have played the Funeral Moon, but it's fine because I can do it here too. So we are going to banish the Funeral Moon. I'm going to play Shadow Puppetry. And then I can hit him with this. So this is probably a good kill. I will pay 1 life. I will then play Funeral Moon at instant speed. I will not pay a life. I will then swing Widespread Annihilation. This is for 7. Go again. On hit. Look at the top card of my deck and banish it if I need to. I'll make 1 Rune Chant in the back. So now they've taken damage, they're going to have to banish a card from hand. Pretty nice. Again, they're probably not dealing with a lot of blues outside of their stealth cards. Their stealth cards are probably the only ones with blues. So let's refresh. Okay, they're still waiting. There we go. Got 1 more coming in. They pitched Justinic. That's crazy. Okay, they are going to do this. I could also Widespread Destruction. Nope, wait, that's not how that works. It's not. It's not additional resources. We'll see what we get off the top. We have 1 in the back here. A Sink Below. And that all you got. So that's 7. That's fine. So he doesn't have to banish a card from his hand. Yeah, and then I'm just going to send this and this. So we get a free, 6 damage off of here. And then I get to banish the top card. They banish a Frailty. That's pretty good. We got a Phantom Wraith. Like to see that. Still take 2 to Blood Debt, but their turn is pass. So unless that's a Leave No Witnesses. Pay 1, Deathly Touch. Oh, yeah, Death Touch. Well, I mean, theoretically, we don't need to worry so much about that, but one of those situations where I wish I'd kept. I could also Vexing here. I could Vexing into Deathly Whale. I could Vexing into Machinations into Deathly Whale. Into well, not into Phantom Race at least. Let's see, let's at least block with because if we keep this hand, we can Vexing into Deathly Delight into pitch this. So we can block with, well, we need to keep this in hand. So we'll need to keep one of these in hand. We'll probably keep, I mean, I can take 6, right? Like, it'll be fine. I don't really care. Because they can give me a Blood Rod, it's like whatever, but I gotta try and get stuff out of my Banish Zone. I don't know that it's the right call that we do that, because I do also have, I could have blocked maybe with the Deathly Whale. So we'll see. You get Blood Rot Box, that's fine. Okay, we'll banish the Deathly Delight, that's fine. I'm going to Vexing Quillhand, and I am going to Machinations into my Deathly Whale here. Now, I could just Arsenal my Phantom Wraith. Not terrible. Okay, they're paying for the chance. 5 overpower. So they have to give me something here unless they give me a Rune Chant. And I can still come in with damage. They do have the Blood Rot Pox, so... And I'm still taking... Unfortunately, I'm still taking 2 to Blood Debt, which is just not great. But I think at the end of the day, we have to, like, force some damage where we can, you know? So Crown Block's interesting. I might just... So we didn't get anything from this. They denied our stuff pretty hard. So I'm going to... I can Flail for a life on hit, get a chant, and that's not terrible. That might be what we do. I guess they could block that with boots, right? So yeah, it's a smart move. So I lost a life for nothing. Okay, we're gonna take Blood Debt. I will pay 3 this, and then I'll put this in Arsenal. So 1832, they kept a 2-card hand. Probably going to be okay. East Ray for 7. 5 draw card. That's right. I could do this. I could envelop into something, into this. I could do this. That was good. I mean, they were going to have to keep that in hand, but good, I got it. I'll get a Deathly Whale out of here. So I guess effectively we can do this into Envelop in Darkness. I will choose to pay a life. I will then swing Deathly Whale for 3 and 8. And then, like, theoretically I could, well, I guess I can't Creepers, so kind of out of the loop in that situation, but it's fine. 8 get 2. It's a pretty big one. They don't have their crown anymore. We got rid of an Arsenal target for them. That's good. Getting their 6s out of their hand, which means that's definitely just like a Codex of Frailty, probably, if I were to guess. So it's a good thing we don't use our arsenal here. I'll just take 2 to Blood Debt. Leave no witnesses. Okay. Do I care, really? It's a Phantom Wraith. I don't really care a whole lot. Because our next turn is pitch this to Envelop to play Deathly Delight. Put this in here. And then Runeblood into... Well, we'd have to... that's rough, actually. All red hand is not good here. Because if we... I mean, I don't really care about this, I don't think. They're going to get silver. So they get to buy back their stuff, which is whatever. I still think I took way too much damage during this game. But they did get a Deathly Delight off the top, so that's not great. So in this situation, I can play... God, this is rough. I'm going to play this. That's right. And then I'm going to play this. And then we're going to Creeper's Revel into Deathly Delight, probably. Yeah, that sounds right. So the game plan is still very efficient. The best part is that Assassin gets to keep 1 card or 2 card hands, and they just get to work with them, right? Like, it's usually like some kind of disruption or some kind of on hit. But, we'll see. That's the block 6. I'm going to then do this. I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to do that. We're going to play Revel. Get my action point back. And then I'm going to play Deathly Delight to gain life here. Okay, use the blues to prevent the chance. They don't have a turn this turn, though, so we got them on the back foot here at least a little bit. And they didn't have the resources to pay, so they just... because they're not going to get them all. So I'm going to get a Rune Chant from Deathly Delight, and I'm going to get a Rune Chant from this. The Flick Knives block is crazy. I was like, yo, that does not have what you think it does. Cool. Got a Rune Chant, gained a life, lost 2 life from this. We really got to start getting stuff out of the banish zone here, because that's not good. We have... That's right, we didn't get to keep the chant because of that, so maybe we should have thought about our choices there. Because the real question is, we have a Phantom Wraith here. We could... I don't know, that's kind of rough. Probably the Eloquent Eulogy, just so I can just send it. This is rough, actually. I essentially just have to... I could break this and then play Funeral Moon. I will not pay a life. And then I can swing Phantom Wraith. And then put this in Arsenal. Oh, Grimoire has Blood Debt. That's not good. It's like the one time I've tried using that. this is what we have in Banish. We're not in a great spot, and I think really they could block us out and just we die to Blood Debt. But I think it's important that we at least throw cards. They didn't block out Arcane, so I get to keep that Creepers, which is good. Okay, this is a really good hand. 5 draw card, buff power, coming for 7, yeah? Yeah, because the downfall here is that we've just got this happening all the time now, so we can get another Phantom Wraith out of there. We can Envelop in Darkness, a Phantom Wraith, and then we could Envelop in Darkness a Deathly Delight. And then maybe even get... No, we might even be able to go for the Eloquent. Eulogy, maybe? I think we just chump block here. Wait, I can't do that all. I can't do it all. I have to keep a card. What does this do? Whoop. What does this do? What are we at for this? 1. So we'll be at 2, 3 with Funeral Moon. So I can keep a Deathly Whale yellow in there, but it's still going to give me 3 Blood Debt. So hard pressed. I can take 4 and then maybe even Envelop in Darkness, but I need to do this first, which I'm not going to be able to do. We're just going to block Creepers here because we're probably not going to do a whole lot more. If we die to Blood Debt, we die to Blood Debt. It's not the end of the world. It's just what happens. We took far too much damage. I think that was just how it was meant to be. Let's just banish the yellow. Sure. And then we'll go ahead and we will play... We'll see, because we can play Envelop. Yeah, Envelop. Pitch. I can activate Vynnset's ability, but I don't know that I want to, because I'll die this turn. I won't die, I guess, but we'll see. But the Envelop in Darkness coming in. We can then play the Deathly Delight. Send that thing out. We'll get 1 in the back. No creepers. So, I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't have blocked with creepers there? No, I think we should have. See, an Eloquence token here would be rad as hell, but we know we're not getting that, so... Yeah, I'll take 3 Blood Debt, go down to 1. Cool. Yep. So now it's pretty much just a, can they block me out fully here? Which I'm certain they can. We're just going to block 5. They can flick me. I don't know why they're not flicking me. Yep, dagger. It's got piercing, so I have to block with one of these. Cool. I don't know. Maybe more defensive would have been the call. I mean, I just died of Blood Debt here, so like I can't worry about it. Yeah. Good game. Good game, good game, good game. Yeah, definitely not the easiest matchup when it comes to this, simply because if I get too much stuff in Banish Zone, I pretty much can't get it out, especially with the amount of stuff that comes in. So, but I mean, 8-0, I mean, they just started taking hits at the end of the game. It wasn't really like that detrimental. I definitely wish we saw more of our like mobs earlier on, or like our succumbs early. That would have certainly been very helpful. as you can tell, I don't think we had... Sorry, do we only have one Succumb to Temptation in this deck right now? Why is there only one? Two. There's three in here. I'm just not seeing the third one. Oh, there it is. Third one. So yeah, they were all kind of in the further bottom reaches of the deck at the bottom. It's not great because Succumb to Temptation is something that's like very threatening to the overall game plan, but at the end of the day, we also didn't see any Deadwood Dirges, so there were a lot of turns in which I just couldn't get things out of my banish zone, which happens. I mean, like, on display, quite literally just as Runeblade as it gets, is making sure that you're able to have that overall game plan of, you know, okay, cool, you're either going to have it or you're not. And in this situation, we had a nice setup early in the game with Malefic Incantation. I think there were a couple turns in which I maybe should have blocked, because at least if I block and then get a card and banish, I at least know I'm set up for my next turn, and then I can preserve some of my life. But you know, they got a free silver and a card off the top by hitting me with that Leave No Witnesses. They didn't get a single Codex of Frailty, but they also blocked with several of their 6 blocks. They also had a bunch of chump block hands too, where they had like a bunch of these here, a bunch of these, you know, assassin attack react stuff. I keep saying here like you can see them, but I keep having them in the different area. So, but yeah, I think it was just one of those things where it came down to, I think Blood Debt dealt. I'm going to look at the game log here. I'm going to see. I want to see what, how many cards I get dealt Blood Debt to me. I don't know if it actually says. Let's see. It doesn't say, but I'm assuming it's, I mean, it's at least over 10. I at least got dealt over 10 damage in Blood Debt, which is a fourth of my life. So kind of rough. I also don't feel like the one Runeblood Incantation did me much there. But, yeah, I don't know. But I think Assassin's just, it's a rough matchup. A lot of disruption. I already have to get a card out of my hand. If I have to get another card out of my hand to block, we're in a weird spot. A lot of my stuff ended up costing 1 instead of 0. So I don't know. I might take out the 1 cost pumps, like Envelop in Darkness, and maybe even that Runeblood Incantation. The Runeblood Incantation is at least nice because it's not a pump, but it allows you to get more rune chance. But I think maybe Envelop in Darkness might be a little too... It makes a rune chant, which is great, but it costs you a resource. And so because it costs you a resource, you have to have a card in hand to pitch. So it might be something that I end up cutting. I still like Revel. I still like Malefic Incantation. The card's cracked. Everything else seems kind of okay. I feel like maybe I just misplayed a little bit there. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you checking out this Vynnset game. If there's anything you caught that you think that I could have done better, please let me know in the comments down below. I'd be more than happy to go ahead and review the game and see where I could have made some different plays compared to this. But while you're down there writing that comment, make sure to go ahead and like the video. Subscribe to the channel as well if you have not already for more fun, classic constructed gameplay. And then also, if you wanted to support the channel even further, you can do so by becoming a channel member. Channel members get access to our podcast, The Common Language, earlier than everybody else does. You also get access to loyalty badges and emotes, and then we're going to be doing some channel member giveaways sometime soon here, so keep an eye out for that. That's just my thanks to you guys for wanting to support the channel in a deeper way and help keep the lights on. I certainly appreciate it, but not necessary. I just thank you guys for being here and enjoying the content that you get. So thank you all so much. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. And remember to continue having fun in the flesh and blood. And I will see you all in our next video.